This week's Torah portion, Lech Lecha from the book of Genesis, begins the real purpose for which the whole Bible was originally written. It begins to trace the saga of Israel, the people covenanted and contracted to God as God's witnesses on earth. Avram, which is Abraham's original name, is the first person to accept the one God, and he is instructed by God to leave his ancestral home in order to finish the journey to Canaan, which begun by his father. Avram enters into a covenantal relationship with God. In return, Avram and his descendants will receive descendants, wealth, and land. For thousands of years we have wandered. We have hoped and we have prayed for our homeland. Theodor Herzl, the father of modern Zionism, convened the first Zionist Congress in Basel, Switzerland on August 29, 1897. You see, in 1894, reporting for a newspaper in Paris, Herzl attended the trial of Alfred Dreyfus, known as the Dreyfus Affair, a notorious anti-Semitic incident in France in which a French Jewish army captain was falsely convicted of spying for Germany. Herzl was appalled when he witnessed the Parisian mob shouting, "Death to the Jews!" This anti-Semitic atmosphere led Herzl towards a new conceptual horizon. He began to understand that the Jewish problem demanded a national and a political solution. More than the Dreyfus Affair, the anti-Semitic demagogue Karl Lueger's rise to power in Vienna in 1895 seemed to have had a great effect on Herzl. It was at this time that he wrote his play, The New Ghetto, which shows the ambivalence and lack of real security and equality of emancipated, well-to-do Jews in Vienna. It was around this time that Herzl grew to believe that anti-Semitism could not be defeated or cured, only avoided, and that the only way to avoid it was the establishment of a Jewish state. Herzl believed that only by establishing a state for the Jewish people could the Jews resolve their distress and bring an end to anti-Semitism. His new Zionist vision was presented in its entirety in his book entitled De Judenstaat, which was published in February of 1896. The appearance of Herzl's book unleashed violent disagreement. The enlightened elite rejected Herzl's plan for both ideological and practical reasons. On the other hand, his ideas were met with enthusiasm by the Jewish masses, who considered him to be a modern Moses. And a year later, the first Zionist Congress met. His dream became our reality in 1948, and he would eventually be reburied at Har Herzl in Jerusalem. I may not agree that there is no solution to anti-Semitism, for I believe building relationships and working together we can change some people's minds. Remember, education is power. But what we witnessed 3 weeks ago, this Shabbos in Israel, is a reminder that our Zionist dream must continue. Hamas wants us off the face of this planet. There is no question of their intention any longer. So our journey, our Lech Lecha, includes defending our right to exist, defending the right for the Palestinians to have their homeland next to Israel, and ridding the world of the evil of Hamas. And we will do what is right because that is what we do. Our covenant is in effect, and Zionism is the actualization of our brit with God. What too many do not understand is that Zionism is a Jewish value that leads us to believe that all people deserve their homeland. On this Shabbat of Lech Lecha, let us be reminded of the importance of our peoplehood and of our Eretz Yisrael, our land of Israel. Amen and Shalom.